Hey friends, how you guys doing? So welcome to Card Pull Monday. I loved that so many of you guys voted. I gave you the 3 options of which card deck you wanted to choose today, and number 2, the universe has your back, was the one who won, and I'm so excited because I absolutely love this deck. First of all, because it's from Gabrielle Bernstein, who we all absolutely, well, I don't speak for everybody. I absolutely love her, and I love that it's not like a fortune-telling, future-casting deck. It's more focused on inspiration and affirmation, and it really does call in specific energies unique to you and what you would like. And hey, Brooke, I see that you're on here. Hey, everybody else. She goes, hello, gorgeous. hey, and Claire, oh my gosh, look at my girls hopping on here. So, as you guys know, what I'm going to do, starting this out right, is first of all, anchoring in the energy of all of the people who are meant to hear this video today. Thank you for hopping on. And also, if you are watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I'm going to shuffle this deck, and of course, I'm going to do a card pull for the group. Ooh, here's one right there at the bottom. This is for all of us today. Let's see what it says. Ooh, so good. Oh, hey, Kate. Hey, Katie. I love this card. It says, my energy creates my reality, and what I focus on is what I will manifest. And if you guys know, I feel like I say this all the time to all the people, to everyone, exactly like what you think about, you bring about, and what you focus on is going to manifest into your reality. And I just got off the phone with a client, or off a Zoom with a client, and we were talking about goals and what kind of goals do you have? And if we set them here, let's stretch them higher, because I know, this is like 8th grade version of like shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. But that's really what it is you got to aim high for your goals, because if you hit that, amazing, but if you fall a little short, it's still going to be amazing. But we have to hold space for that vision. And something that I see, oh, thank you. Brooke says, your lighting is amazing. It's my window. And Claire says, there it is. I feel like this is the secret to life. It is the secret to manifesting, is we have to keep the faith and hold the vision, knowing that no dream is too big, that if you have a God-sized dream on your heart, it is there and designed and curated especially for you. And my dream is not your dream. Well, there you go. Your dream is not my dream. It is unique to you. So again, hold that vision. And if you do, your energy with that, sorry guys, there we go, is what will create your reality, and what you focus on will manifest. So are you focusing on, if you have a goal, what are your goals? I'd love to see. Hey, Carmi. Hey, Sharon. Oh, by the way, Carmi and I went to like junior high together, and I found a junior high picture of us the other day. I was like, wow, that was weird. Blast from the past. So a lot of people, like, I would love to know, what is your goal? What is that big, hairy, scary goal that you are working towards? And I'm curious to know, hi guys, as you're hopping on here, what are your thoughts around that goal? Do you say, I want to have a 10K month. I want to have a dream home. I want to find that handsome or beautiful partner. Is that, if that's what you want, what is your energy around it? Are you thinking, I want that amazing partner, but I'm never going to have it because all guys are duds? Or are you saying, I want that amazing partner, but I know that the universe always has my back, and everything happens in perfect and divine timing. And obviously he's not here, so he must be traveling the world, and he's probably going to show back up in my hometown in the next 2 weeks, or whatever the perfect timing is. So here's our want, but which energy are we tuning into? A negative energy or a positive energy? Because your energy is what creates your reality. Same thing in business. You guys, I know I have quite a few entrepreneurs in here, and I see Claire, she says, I want to replace my teaching income. That is so possible. Again, no dream is too big. Like, I feel like I prove that over and over again. I see my clients proving that over and over again. So if your dream is to replace your teaching income, or for whatever income it is that you guys have, or you guys want, or you desire, do you have the energy of like, I don't even know if that's possible, or it's going to take a lot of work, or it's going to take 20 years before I can even do that? Or do you have the energy, which I know my friend Claire does, because she's super powerhouse. I love you. I love this woman. You guys need to follow her on Instagram. If you don't, she's one of my all-time favorite people to follow on there. So much good stuff. But if you have, and I know, Claire, you've got this, is the energy of like, I am unstoppable. It's going to happen. Like, you are made for this, and you're reminded of it with these like beautiful waves and gusts of energy and abundance and creative content to remind you that this is what you are made of. So another reminder that our energy creates our reality, and what I focus on will manifest. Beautiful Brooke says, yes, on all and all on board with creating a bigger goal to stretch ourselves and then hitting something higher than imagined. You know, another person who is so badass is Brooke. You need to check her out too. This woman I've actually never met a woman who can who can crush her goals the way that she does and the heights that she's able to climb in her business. It's so fantastic. And if you go to her Instagram stories too, she posts like what are her daily wins. What are her daily wins? And she writes it down on a paper calendar so that way she can keep track. And that's where her energy is at. She's not saying, oh, I stumbled and tripped and fell today. She's like, what is the one win that I can find from today that I can celebrate? Which energy is she choosing? She's choosing that positive one. I encourage you guys to do the same. What is the one thing that you can focus on each day that brings you so much positivity? It keeps you in that high vibrational space. Love that. Okay, Claire, so this card is for you, my sweet friend. Beautiful. I'm seeing all sorts of roses popping up for you. And they're roses that like don't have thorns. They're just like, they almost look like daisies, but they're in the stem, but they're these beautiful roses. Okay, let's see what this message is. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. So this is actually a huge thing for us because, again, the universe does work fast when we are having fun. And why does it work that way? It works, and hi, Kayla. It works because we are getting our energy in this high vibrational space. If you are working, you're trying to grind out this project, whatever it is that you are focusing on, if you find yourself feeling tired and exhausted and drained, you're not doing yourself a service. Like, yeah, that happens sometimes in life. But if you really want to get on that manifesting level, we have to get in a high vibrational frequency. And the best way to do that is for us to do something that is fun. So even if it's just to skip around the yard, take a quick little 5-minute break and skip around the yard. Or for me, it's playing with my daughter and playing chase or hide and seek. I'm going to be getting a puppy soon. It's going to be towards the end of the year and I cannot wait for I know my puppy's going to bring me so much joy and we can just go and play fetch. What are the things that bring you joy, that make you have so much fun? And I actually thought about it in my business too. I love my business. I love what I do. And I have a full book of clients. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I might not be able to take on any more clients this month, but I can create opportunities to have more fun. Because that is so important in order for me to be an energetic match for the current clients that I do have, for the clients that are coming in. I can't allow myself to fall into the pit of hustle and grind, because that just wears us out. And our nervous system is like, why are you doing this to us? Why are you wearing us out? But rather it's like, let's create more opportunities to have fun. So on Thursday, I'm going to an art walk and they're going to do body painting, not on me, but that would be cool. Body painting, and they have dancers and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be so fun to meet with one of my friends and be in our community, even with my cute little sparkly mask. By the way, I do not get paid for this and my mask is not here right now, but I'm going to drop a picture below of my new little sparkly mask that I got from Cosmic Unicorn, and I feel so cool in a mask. I don't think anyone can say that, but I can because it's super cool. So if you want to get yours from Cosmic Unicorn, I will drop it below because it just makes it more fun to have that. Brooke says, she said the art walk is so fun. Oops, sorry, you guys are shifting on me. Hey, Noelle. She's like, yes, let's make it a goal to have fun. She's like, I need a full private walkthrough of your house. Oh, soon to be. My office is still on the ground. Hopefully I can get that tonight. I have one more session tonight from 7 to 8 o'clock. So after 8 o'clock, then maybe I will organize it and I will give you guys a walkthrough. Let me know. Is that something that you would like to see? Because my home is my manifestation. So Brooke, I will definitely do a card for you. And I want to see if there's anybody. Okay, Brooke, you were second. Okay. Ooh, yours in this first top part of the deck. Oh, my sweet, beautiful friend, Brooke, I just want to give you an amazing hug. This woman has been through some super crazy stuff. She's like, I really don't like this phrase, but it's so true. It's new level, new devil. Anytime when you rise and you elevate, you're going to bump up against something that is new. So when you think you've arrived, you just arrived to a new level and there's a new devil. And I wish I can find another or a better way to say that, but it's true. And so Brooke, I feel like you're just so expansive. And then she gets hit with all these new things. And I was like, I've never had to deal with that before. And you take it and handled it with so much grace, my friend. I'm so inspired by you and how you hold your energy, you manage your energy, you're so thoughtful, and you show up for card pulls like this where you can touch in and get divine information as well. So this card is for you. Ooh. It says, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. I love this card because it is so on point with what I have been experiencing recently and the conversations that I have been having around female empowerment and what it, sorry guys, my lighting is great, but it's kind of blinding here. But is about women, female empowerment, because, and see maybe how this resonates with you, Brooke, for sure, but I really have to share this because I had done a post on Instagram about, hey, should I get lash extensions or should I not get lash extensions? I was really, really shocked and surprised to see people's reactions and how they responded and what their thoughts were. And there was one comment who I understand, she and I had a conversation with it and I understand where she's coming from, but the topic or what she had said was, why don't you love yourself more? And why do you have to try so hard? And I was like, ooh, if someone wants to take care of themselves and they want to treat themselves to something that makes them feel good, that's actually not a lack of love for themselves. That's something that makes them feel good. And there's a really big difference. And how are we looking at men or women or anybody and judging them not through eyes of love, but through eyes of like a trigger, of like, oh, you know what I mean? So I see some more comments flooding in here. And hey, oh my gosh, all the people. Oh, Megan, you said your house is absolutely beautiful. I love seeing your manifestations arrive. Yes, and you too. Oh my gosh, Megan, I can't wait. Megan was one of my first official one-on-one clients, and the things that you've been able to manifest, mind-blowing. My clients, I love you guys so much because you are the proof to me. I know this works, but the fact that it shows up for you guys too, I'm like, heck yes. That's how we know for real, right? So anyways, getting back to this, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. Is on this third dimension and here on earth in this body, we do have ego. And we can sometimes be blocked by that. That's guilt and shame and resentment and those deep, harder emotions that we feel. Hey, Lilia. Those deep emotions that we feel. But if we bring our energy a little bit higher into the angelic realms, God doesn't do that. God is love. He's God, the universe, angels, guides, all the things. They're love. They're not, in my personal opinion, they're love. They're not the guilt or the shame or the fear, any of that. And so whenever we feel those feelings or we think those thoughts about ourselves or other people, we have to really evaluate, did that thought come from love or did it come from fear? Because if it came from love, let's continue aligning with that. And we know it came from the higher realms. But if it came from a place of fear, it's probably caused by our ego. It's probably our body, our mindset, trying to protect us, right? So we can choose to let that go, forgive ourselves, and choose another thought. Or whether it's around somebody else. You guys, I have judged people so hard, and it's because I wasn't aligned with love. I have judged myself so hard, and it was not aligned with love. And so it is a consistent practice that we have to be consistent in, is choosing to realign our experience with love. I love that. So this is my gift to you, is to ask yourself any question or any thought that you have about another person or yourself is, did this thought come from love? Yep, I'm going to say this because it's coming through. So I'm currently reading this book. I'm almost done with it. It's called Burnout, How to End the Stress Cycle. And that's actually not what the book is about. It is very good, but it talks about Black Lives Matter and thin privilege. And it has a whole gamut and arrangement. And Claire, if you're still on here, I think that it's going to be a really great book for you. But it talks about everything. And here's a really, really important point. What she says, these two sisters, they're twins, and they go and they speak at universities about cultural diversity, but also diversity amongst women and what that means. And what she said that they do, and I believe this is the accurate numbers, is that when they give these talks at universities, they'll put up a bunch of slides of 50 women, and these 50 women all resonate and refer to themselves with the pronoun she. So some of them are transgender, some of them have missing limbs, some are very, they're technically obese, some of them are really thin, some of them are this and that, but they're all different walks of life and sizes, and she makes the people go through and say, she is beautiful, she is beautiful, she is beautiful, she is beautiful. And so it might be easy to say that to Kim Kardashian or to any of the Kardashians or a model that you see, but is it easy to say that to everyone if somebody is deemed overweight, in a wheelchair, missing a limb? What are our own biases that we, towards our brothers and sisters, especially our sisters, that we didn't realize before until this exercise? And she's like, it almost always ends up Hey, everyone else who's hopping on. She said it almost always ends up in tears because we realize our own bias. So that really struck with me because I was like, sometimes they're implicit biases. Like we didn't realize that we had these judgments towards other people until they come out. And I remember, when I had my daughter, I've told this story before. When I had my daughter, I thought that when you delivered a baby, they just popped out and you went back to washboard abs. Like I thought that was what happened, but it's not. By the way, that is not. Like you've got cervical stuff or it's not cervical, it's womb space. I don't even know. I got PTSD from the whole birth experience, but she said your uterus is like Jiffy Pop, and so my stomach was still big after I had my baby is the moral of the story. So it took me a long time to lose my baby weight. So like 3 weeks later, I'm out for a walk with my daughter and I see this girl and she's like really skinny and she has a baby that's around the same age. And I was like, well, she probably has a rich husband and she probably this and she probably that. And rather than seeing her as my sister and being kind and loving to her, I was judging the heck out of her and I was tearing her down. When I saw her, she was such a mirror for me of what I wanted and what my ideal of beauty was, which was opposite of what I was feeling. So in order to make myself feel worthy, I ended up like cutting her down a couple notches so I could see her eye to eye. That is not aligning with love. I was operating from a really low vibrational space, and that was like 5 years ago, right? And so I encourage you to witness your own judgments of other people, and especially around other women, because we do not need that. And I was really surprised for myself when people were judging me around, I was asked, like, should I get lash extensions or should I not? I don't have them, but, and what everyone was saying. So I want to encourage you that you are a spirit having a human experience and to realign with love. And so I hope that some flavor of that really resonated with you. And for Sweet Brooke, since that card was for you, is in what way can we even more deeply love and trust and adore ourselves, our body, our business, our life, our future partner, all of the things. All right, awesome. Hey, Kelsey. Okay, let me swipe this down. Okay, who else would like a card? Kayla, I see that. All right, my sweet, beautiful friend. Ooh, this one's for you. I see bright, bright yellow. It just went psh, like little stars in my face. Psh. Okay, Kayla. There we go. Kayla Harris. All right, you're seeing it first. Wow. First of all, look how beautiful that card is. My faith. Oh, yeah. It says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing and conflict into growth and fear into love. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. This card says everything right here as it is, but the ultimate thing is faith, right? And like you guys know, I have a long, long line history of trauma, and the only thing that really got me through that and why I came out wildly on the other side of where I could have been and where statistically I should have been is the power of faith. And knowing that you are made for God-sized dreams. Do not let anybody ever take that away from you. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't, you're not able to, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not the right height. So that actually did get me because one of my dream jobs one of my dream jobs was being a Disney princess, and they did tell me I was too short. So I didn't happen to do it that way, but now I am a Disney princess and I dress up for Presley's preschool. So technically it counts. So no dream is too big. You can make it happen, but just know you have to have that faith. If you're experiencing with some really deep, like a depth of trauma right now that you're feeling you're having the hardest time moving through any guilt, any shame, any memories, anything in your space, faith. Offer that up to your angels, offer that up to the universe, wherever that pain is at in your body. Like, thank you for revealing this to me. I choose to forgive whatever it is that is in my space. And I also choose to release that up to the universe. You don't have to hold on to that anymore. Sometimes we feel like it's like holding on to a really hot stone. And maybe if I hold on to this, then I'm really going to stick it to them. Maybe if I hold on to this, then they'll never be able to forget, or I'll never be able to forget. It's like that doesn't serve us. So if you're having and experiencing any type of trauma, and this is just one aspect of this card, I encourage you to offer that up, to surrender it, to forgive it, to release it, and to choose again. And all of that requires the faith that it can happen, and the faith that you can offer that up to your angels, to the guides, to God, to universe, whatever feels best and most aligned to you. The other thing, faith has the power to turn that trauma into healing, but also conflict into growth. I think this is a really, really important one. I feel like there's an example at the tip of my tongue But I've had a lot of this recently of conflict, and there are many different ways that I could respond to that. I could be, I'm going to do a training on another experience that I had around conflict, so I won't bring it up here, but the conflict that you have, we can see it again in two different energies. One of them is like, that mother is such a, and we can go off in that way and it's not productive at all. Or we can shift into the energy of, what can I do differently? How could I have approached this differently? In what ways was I operating from my own trigger, my own wound? Actually, I am going to share. This is a different story that I had with this girl. And she's a new leader who moved to Reno, and she came from out of state. And she really, really triggered me. And she made me very, very angry. We were in like a sacred space, and she kind of like plowed in with... what's the best way to say it? Like, she plowed in with like business, like, here's my business card, like adding people to social media. And like, I am a business coach. This is partially what I help my clients with. I work with female entrepreneurs. Like, I get it, but I felt really offended because I'm like, we're in a sacred space right now of meditation and healing, and you're doing that. And then just how her delivery was with me, and she invited me to an event, and it just triggered me and how everything was. Anyways, I realized that I was appropriately snappy back, but I still wasn't operating from my truest heart. So what I ended up doing like 6 months later, which happened to be last week, is I actually messaged her and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know I am so sorry for how I responded and how I reacted. I understand that I was operating from and really speaking from my own wound around worthiness, and I hate when people underestimate me. That's also why I'm a super badass manifester, because all I need is someone to tell me I can't do it, and then I will, because that's how I've always done my whole life. So I feel when people underestimate me, it's super disrespectful, and I didn't use those words exactly, but I was like, I felt that you were underestimating me, and that's not true, and that's why I responded the way that I did, out of the wound rather than from a healed space. So I want to come to you from this healed space and say, thank you for highlighting this trigger and allowing me to see like my wound differently, because only once we are aware of our wound and aware of where we're coming from and why we do the things that we do, when it's revealed, that's the only time that we can actually do work in that space, which I definitely have. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But that conflict turned into growth for not only me, but for her, because she came back and she's like, whoa, Ashley, thank you so, so much for that. And for those sweet, amazing messages. She's like, I recognize I was doing the exact same thing on my part. And we just had this beautiful conversation afterwards. So that's an amazing example of how we can turn the conflict into growth. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. That's like a really advanced version of it. And then most importantly, fear into love. Did this thought come from fear, or did it come from love? Because if it's from love, we know it's of a higher vibration. We know that's worthy of our time and our energy, right? And then also, whenever we experience fear, knowing that we have two options. We can, number one, we can forget everything and run, or we can face everything and rise. And when we face everything and rise, that tells me that we are trusting ourselves, trusting the universe, trusting the outcome. And you know what? This happened. I did ecstatic dance over the weekend. And if you don't know that, it's basically where we did a silent disco, where you're listening to music, it's super quiet, but we have our music, so it's loud there, and then just like dance wildly in the park. And no one knows what we're dancing to because they're all in our headphones. It was so amazing. And I was like dancing my heart out as I do, and I got so exhausted. And so I was like walking on the grass. I just closed my eyes, and as I took one foot in front of the other, I was like, wow, I am not worried about if the ground is just going to fall out from underneath me. Like, I know one foot in front of the other, I can trust this journey. I can trust the steps that I take. What if we had that kind of faith in our journey of life, right? Some of us are like, but what if I take this step and the earth falls beneath me and it like falls out and I fall into a vortex of black hole-ishness? Like, what if that's what happened? And that doesn't serve us at all. We need to have the faith. We need to have that faith in order. Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm getting text messages from you guys. I love it. We need to have that faith in order for us to put that one foot in front of the other, and we'll see that our success is inevitable and we are always on the right path. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. Text messages. I need to turn them off. But our success is inevitable and we are always on our right path, and that is so important. So hopefully you guys can see that. Beautiful. Okay, Kayla, that card is for you. Let's see who else we have on here. Oh, great. Hey, Maddie. How are you? Megan. Okay, so I'm going to do Maddie and I'll do Megan. I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys are like messaging me privately and you're like, thank you for these reminders. I'm like, yeah, baby, I am here for you. Okay. All right. So Maddie, this is for you. Maddie Redmond. I met this amazing person. You know what's funny? Maddie's like, the first time I met you, I thought you were drunk, but I wasn't drunk. I was just so happy. Sometimes here's a fun fact about Ashley. If my energy level is between, I actually heard this from the girl who does Anna in Frozen. She's so amazing, Kristen Bell. And she's like, you have a scale of like 1 to 10, but if we're between like a 4 and a 7, like we're good. But anything lower than a 4 or higher than a 7, we're like pretty emotional. And so for me, I went to this conference and it was so amazing. Like my psychic skills were going wild and I had so much like adrenaline through the conference that afterwards I just like went too high above a 7, my happiness. And I was just like, ah. And she's like, I thought you were drunk. And I was like, no, I don't really drink. I was just really happy. Because you know when people drink and they're like, hey, what's up? And I was like, nope, that's just my emotional range that you experienced the full spectrum. I love that. Okay, so Maddie, this one is for you, my sweet friend. If you ever get to hear Maddie speak, she has the most like lovely accent. I love it. Ooh, look at this one. It says, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. My goodness. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Okay, so this showed up for me today where I was feeling my feelings and I was feeling emotional about something and frustrated and a little bit angry. And the first thing I wanted to do was listen to my audiobook or listen to really, really loud music. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I didn't want to feel it. I wanted to just, I have this card pull. I have multiple clients. I didn't want to feel the feelings. I want to just like zone it out. And that's not how we resolve our emotions. That's not how we move through it. It is amid the discomfort that we find the deeper meaning in the personal growth. So I do encourage you, if you are feeling any discomfort, whatever that looks like, it can feel big, it can feel small. I encourage you to grab a pen and a paper and just journal it out. What is it? Just like, I am so frustrated about this, or these are the feelings that I am feeling, and I feel this in this area of my body. It's tightening my chest. I feel the closing around my throat. I feel like my head is so foggy and I wish I could think. I feel like I can't sleep. Write it out, like get it out. Give yourself permission to spend time in that. You know what I do? Sometimes I just sit and cry. I just sit in a meditation pose and I just let the tears fall, because you know what? If I keep shoving them down, it's going to lead to some sort of emotional constipation, and we all know what happens if we get really constipated. You end up in the hospital. I know this from personal experience. If you guys were in the group as of January, you'll know the story. Anyways, so remember that I find deeper meaning amid the discomfort and personal growth amid the discomfort. So feel free to sit with it. It is not normal in a society to do that. We have to get up and go and put your big girl panties on, and we don't cry about it. I call BS. That is not how we live a healthy and vibrant life. And anything that we have in our space that creates dis-ease in our space creates disease. So that's why a lot of people who have, this is the theory and how it goes, and I do believe this, like as women, we were oftentimes told to be seen and not heard. And so, or if you've ever said something and then you were shushed, of like, shh, don't speak at the table. Right here in your throat chakra, right? So something intangible will manifest physically within our body, and then we're not giving ourselves permission to cry it out, so it gets stuck, right? Same thing with people who will not forgive. They have a lot of congested heart issues and conditions because it's manifesting like heartbreak. People can physically, and animals can die physically of heartbreak, right? But if someone especially isn't forgiving or they have a lot of grudges, they're going to hold that in their heart, and that will lead to disease. So we have to give ourselves permission to sit amid the discomfort and let it flow out and be present with it. That's the only way we're going to be able to release it, so we don't end up emotionally constipated. Yay! Okay, so Megan. Did I pull yours already? No, I was just talking about you because I love you so much. I love how you're always on here. Okay. I know I'm talking for a while. Oh, this one is for you, right on top. I love it. Okay. Oh, let's see. It says, I surrender to a power greater than me. So this is a beautiful card. Like, check in with yourself and your faith. Everybody who is listening to this right now, check in with your faith. What is it that you're holding on to? What is it that you're maybe not surrendering, or you're ready to surrender? An example of this is money, because what a lot of people do is they will hold money in their hands so tightly, and I have to save all the things, and I'm not willing to tip that well because maybe the money won't come in, and I'm not willing to give to that charity, I'm not willing to, buy that gift for that person. But what we do when we white knuckle it is we are telling the universe that we don't trust it. We're not surrendering to that greater power. We're trying to control it. And if we do this, it doesn't allow for money to freely come and to go. Do this hand. Money to freely come and to go. It is only when we release and we fully surrender, trusting that we have the universal laws, like the law of tithing, which is saying that when you give just a little bit more than what you're comfortable with, in the church, they kind of categorize that as like 10% of your income that you tithe and you give to the church. And there's a lot of truth in there. This is biblical. And that's why I was talking with another client today, and she's like, yeah, I didn't realize that manifestation is biblical. I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, that's a lot of what they talk about. Like, ask and it is given. It's totally there. That's what it is. The law of tithing is when you give a little bit more of what you're comfortable with, you'll receive so much more. And that is a huge part of my success financially too, is I love to tip. I love to support small businesses. I love to just like give money to people, like to Presley's teachers or something, like, hey, you're doing a great job. And I don't experience that lack. Like, I've had it for a long time, but even when I didn't have money, I would still do that because I knew that if I held onto it tightly, I wasn't surrendering, I wasn't trusting, right? We have to give ourselves permission to surrender so it can come and it can go. Just like a little bird, right? If you're like this, the bird's like, I'm never coming back. This is torture. But if you go like this, then it might come back. It has a platform for it to come and visit you again. And so if we surrender to that power that is greater than us, it gives us permission to truly trust the universe and trust ourselves. And that is magic. All right, Lilia, my sweet friend. There you go. Okay, perfect. Oh, Shelby, you're on here too. Okay. Oh, well, this one is for you, Lilia, right there. Right on my thumb. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. So you know what's really interesting about all of these cards? We're talking a whole lot about love versus fear. Like I said, with fear, we have two options. We can forget everything and run, or we can face everything and rise. And when we face everything and rise, that's when we are truly leaning into our power and our trust, and we are surrendering. And that is where we find the love, which I just like, oh, it makes me so happy. So in what areas of our life have we recognized that you may have chosen fear? And again, a really great one is around money. Something else that's coming to me is about my daughter, for example. So maybe if you have kids and this is resonating with you. But for my daughter, she goes to her dad's house part of the time. So when she's there, I can choose the energy of fear of like he took her to the lake. And I was like, don't take your eyes off of her. Like, she doesn't know how to swim. She's not comfortable. Like, what if she gets caught in the current? What if they don't see her? It only takes a couple of seconds without breath and then she could die and no one can take better care of her than mommy can, right? Like, like, you want to talk about an anxiety attack? Hello, here we go. That's what it is. But we can choose to lean into fear and be like, what if this happens? Or we can choose to say, I choose to place a golden ball of protection around her, so I know that she is so safe and she is guarded and she's protected by the angels, by the gods, not the gods plural, but by the angels, by the universe, and by God. And also, she has so many amazing things to do on this planet, that there's no way it's her time to go. So I know, therefore, that she is protected and that she is safe. I will choose again. And rather than coming from a place of fear, I choose to face everything and rise. I choose love because I know that we are divinely protected and supported. So that's an example of how I would navigate that situation. What's another one about? Like, fear is a lot of people struggle with money, right? And like, I know this story all too freaking well about, being a single mom on WIC. And then even way before that, I've been on my own since I was 17, you guys. Like, I was still in high school since I have been on my own, trying to make ends meet and go to school full time and all the things. Like, I know what that's like to be really stressed out and frustrated around around money, and the fear of money is it going to come in? And what I have found is a secret strategy is to be really, really intentional with that. But most importantly is like, do I look at money with fear, or do I look at money through eyes of love? I have a course that's going to be coming out. Okay, you guys, I have to do this. With everything that's happened in 2020, it's been a bit of a challenge for me to get all of my course content done. Obviously, there's so much that's been going on. But I am determined, and I have a money course that is coming that has rituals and manifestations and I'm at meditations and PDFs and worksheets and journals, and I have everything blueprinted out to really help you navigate any fear that you have around money. And this can even be with your health. Let's talk about health with coronavirus, right? Like, we can choose to say, what if I get it? What if you get it? What if she gets it? We're going to live in fear, and that's going to tell your whole nervous system that we have to wig out and you're to be in that space. Or we can choose Body, you are the strongest and the healthiest that you have ever been. And I know that even if we were to catch this bug, we would be safe because I trust in you to heal and to do everything that is necessary to support me through that healing process. But I also know that I am here for you, and I will do everything that I can to ensure that we have the healthiest transition possible as we move through that. And the bottom line is that we are unavailable for this coronavirus anyways, so it's not something that we will even be able to catch or even have into our household or anyone that we actually know to have this. But with that being said, I choose love no matter what, whether it happens or it doesn't. And being unavailable for that fear is going to set you up for success. Ooh, that felt really, really good because it's very weird going to the, and Andrea, yay! Oh shoot, is Andrea or Andrea? I think I told you guys this before that since now my name is like a Mudsai, everybody has a hard time with it, which is totally understandable. And now I take like extra caution to make sure I say people's names right. Because I never want to be disrespectful. I want to say it perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to say Andrea. And my sweet friend, I'm so happy to see you on here. This card is for you. Okay. Oh, it's upside down. Whoa. My brain did not even recognize those letters. It says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Again, we're going right back to everything that we have talked about before with love versus fear and tuning into our intuition. What does that feel like for you? When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. I know that to be true 100%. We have to go inward, and if we aren't operating from that space, if we are operating from the wound space, as I was with a friend or acquaintance, where I was upset at her for coming at me and assuming that I wasn't doing as well in my business and assuming certain things that obviously triggered me, I had to tune into my own inner light and say, am I operating from ego or from love? And I think that's so, so important, because that's another one too, is like, would I ever allow anyone to say that to Presley? No, I wouldn't. I would be upset if they did. So why would I say that to somebody else? I think that's a really beautiful gauge. Awesome, my sweet friends. So I have no idea what time it is, but I do have to get to my next appointment. Okay, yes, Megan's like, I love this. And okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 more cards for Susan. Hey, Susan, I was thinking about you. I think I need to do a session. And Julina. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then Andrea. Is that good? Will I get everybody? Perfect. Yay, I'm going to do this kind of fast. Hey, sister. Andrea, this one is for you. Oh, look at this one. I accidentally looked at it. This one is for you. I choose love no matter what. I choose love no matter what. Say it with me, everybody. I choose love no matter what. And I think this is so important. When you look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to write this above your mirror. I choose love no matter what. Put it as a sticky note in your car. So if you get really frustrated at somebody, which I know I sometimes do, is like, I choose love no matter what. No matter what it is, like, choose love. It's only, and if we aren't operating from that space, it just shows and highlights that we have work to do in that area. Let me know if you guys have additional questions on that, because I feel like I want to go deeper into it, and I go deeper into it with one-on-one clients when their exact examples come up, but I want to know how I can create a course or a program or a training specifically for you, so it would help me if I knew exactly what you needed. So for you, Andrea, my sweet, beautiful, amazing friend, in what areas could we lean into love a little bit deeper, a little bit more passionately? How can we be more gentle in the delivery of our words, of the narrative that we have with ourselves and what we share with other people, and with our bodies too? That's really showing up. Awesome. Okay, Jelena, my sweet friend. Okay. Yep. This one is for you. Oh, look at this. We got another surrender card. It says, when I think I've surrendered, surrender more. How funny. We were just talking about that. When I think I've surrendered, surrender more. So let that be in your mind. Like, am I surrendering this situation? This is something else that I've done when I feel really sad or really frustrated or really just charged in an emotional way. I will bring up all of that to the surface, just like, okay, so now that I say that I have it here, and I'll offer it up. And there's a difference between praying and meditating. Meditating is when we are receiving divine information, and praying is when we're asking, we're talking to God or talking to the universe, right? Meditation is receiving. praying is talking. And so what I'll do is I'll take it, whatever it is in my body, and I will offer that up to the universe. And I'll say, please, like, take this from me. Like, you know what to do with this. And I might be feeling this like really heavy emotion and I don't want to feel it anymore. Please help me. And also show me what I need to do to finish cleansing out the residual. I choose to surrender. Show me how to surrender more. Because that's where you're going to be so empowered when you do. Rather than a world where we feel like we have to control everything, it is so empowering to choose to surrender. And then it's almost like no one can affect you and nothing can affect you because you're like, God's got it. Like, I'm good. I'm protected. So good. Okay, so Susan, my sweet friend. Everyone's my sweet friend on here because you are. I love you so much. I hope you know that. I hope that you know how much you guys mean to me and how much joy this brings me. Okay, this one is for you. Wait, before I even look at the card, seeing for Susan. Susan has this amazing works with. It's like the subconscious mind, and she's worked with me so much. And so Susan, I was thinking about you on my drive today because I have a huge block around writing, and Susan's helped me significantly with my public speaking, and I've had numerous sessions with her. So if you are noticing any subconscious blocks that you're really struggling with, you can always, actually you should contact me anyways, because then I'll like tell you, like give you a taste of what Susan's practice is like, because I can only sing her praises. She's so fantastic. But I have a lot of anxiety around writing, and that's something I was like, I don't trust a lot of practitioners. I know the quality that I provide in my coaching, and sometimes I don't trust that other people are at that same kind of bracket, but Susan is, and that's why she is one of the very few practitioners that I trust with my divine information. Oop, I switched it, but that's okay because this one is for you. Ooh, this is such a beautiful card. Okay, close your eyes, hand over your heart if this feels best. This is our concluding card for our session today. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I am ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it is time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. I'll read that one more time. Just really breathe that in. Inhale it into your heart. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. I think this is kind of ironic because with Susan, I was like, I have struggle writing. And now it's like, I have the words I need. I love that so much. So for you, I think this is, again, tapping into the energy of love, and most importantly, our intuition. Like, your heart knows what it needs. Your heart knows what it's looking for. So tune inwards. We don't always have to delegate our power to this and that person and this YouTube video tutorial and this. We can look within. Everything, like, you already know. Like, if you are asking a question, you're like, I don't know if I should do A or B. And then you ask somebody, and you already know inside what feels good. So if someone's like, should I have pizza or should I have, that's not a good one. Should I have peppermint ice cream or should I have vanilla ice cream? And then you ask people, and then they're going to say peppermint. And you're like, but that doesn't sound good. I really want vanilla. It's like, you knew the whole time. Why did we even ask? Like, you knew, right? Your intuition knows. And when you tune into that, into the own energy of love that you have within, it gives you the compassion that you need when you need to forgive, and the power when you feel lost. You are never stuck. You are never stuck. It might feel like that, a quick little pit stop, but there is always that next level energy and step and up level and upgrade and all the things. And it is our gift, I feel like, from the heavens into ourselves, that we can always tune within for those answers and for that guidance. So with that, I wish you guys an amazing day full of amazing things, and I'm so excited to offer you more trainings and consistent Facebook Lives. I'm going to be doing posts on Sunday and Monday to get you prepared for them. And yes, I will see you soon. All right, so much love, guys. Bye.